AstroFish.net weekly update for the week that's going to start February 12th, 2007. Welcome, one and all.
Hey there, what do we have to look forward to? Venus is in Pisces right now, Mars is in Capricorn, and of course the Sun is trailing along in Aquarius. We'll be probably in Aquarius the rest of this week. Therein is the good news, Mercury. Oh yeah, we got to deal with that Mercury issue. Mercury's in Pisces right now. What's that going to mean? Well, see, not only is Mercury in Pisces, but as I've already noted several times, Mercury is about to go retrograde. What does this mean? Oh.
What I'm really worried about right now, and I'm not really worried about it, but what I'm trying to make people aware of at this point, has a lot to do with Mercury and Mercury's apparent retrograde motion. There's a good little clip. It's out on a website someplace. It's me talking about what happens when Mercury goes retrograde. And it explains the mechanics of Mercury going retrograde, because Mercury doesn't actually move backwards. It just looks like it's moving backwards. And Mercury is a planet that's associated with our thought process and how we communicate. Just as an example, Mercury is also associated with Gemini, and it's also associated with a Virgo. And with these associations, you can see that this is thought process and communication. And it's how we analyze material. It's how we deal with stuff. It's really very, very important. Now, I do have some solutions for Mercury being retrograde. Hold on a minute. When Mercury goes retrograde, I have found that our thought process and how we communicate with other people doesn't work particularly well. Y'all don't understand me, computers bomb for no known reason, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of little problems. It's not the end of the world, okay? It doesn't mean that everything is all over and that's it. So, when Mercury goes retrograde, there are a couple things that I recommend. One thing would be a book just like this. Here we go. Title of the book is You Suck. It's a love story. It's written by Christopher Moore. I highly recommend it. It's very funny. Matter of fact, it's sort of like a sequel to one of his earlier books called Blood-Sucking Fiends, which means it's a vampire book, only it's got a modern humorist kind of twist on it. The guy's sick and twisted. I've corresponded with the author before. Haven't met him, but I've corresponded with him, and he seems to be a very likable guy. He's a Libra, for what it's worth. So he's going to be affected by this Mercury retrograde. Another one I recommend, and I highly recommend this guy. This is Tim Dorsey, and this guy's great. He's very, very funny. This is his latest. It's called Hurricane Punch, and I like it because we have a serial killer having a midlife crisis. And that's the way that I would deal with this Mercury being retrograde. I've got two books right here, two books on hand that are going to help me deal with the madness of Mercury being retrograde, which means I'm not going to let it get to me too much.
All right, the deal is that we have Mercury going retrograde in Pisces. Pisces is a water sign and it's a mutable sign. It's not going to be particularly disastrous for a lot of people. It is going to be a little bit difficult and tedious at times. That's the downside. The upside is that this has to do with emotions and revisiting material that we thought we had covered before. One of the points that I like to bring out is this has to do with relationships of the romantical kind. In the relationships of the romantical kind, blast from the past is what really strikes me right now as being an important item to watch for. Material that you thought you had covered, we're going back into one last time. For good or for ill, that's up to you. I did have two suggestions for books, and they're pointless, mindless fiction that are very engaging and entertaining, and because of that, it's great. You need a little escape. And I can't think of something that's going to be much better escape than either one of those two books. Therein is the solution on what to do with this. I can't fix Mercury's pattern. What I can do is warn you about it, and I can offer some solutions on what you do in order to get through this. Good luck, and y'all have fun with Mercury being retrograde, you hear?